Hey guys, it's Adam. So this week we're talking about medical transition. So I'll start off. I'm not particularly far medically transitioning. I've been to first step. If you want to transition on the NHS, this is different for private. Is you go to your GP. Your GP should refer you to a local psych. You have an assessment with the psych, and then if they see fit, they will refer you onto Charing Cross, which is the London Gender Clinic, or one of the other gender clinics around the country. And it's from here that you'll see the gender specialists, and then they decide whether to recommend you for testosterone, then whether to refer you for surgery, upper and lower. So that's pretty much in a nutshell how transitioning on the NHS works. So I guess I'll talk about three main categories. You've got testosterone, top surgery, and bottom surgery. So starting off with testosterone, I definitely want testosterone at some point in the future. If it was down to me purely, I would, if someone gave it to me right now, I would take it and I would have no regrets about it. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Due to my family circumstances at the moment, I don't feel comfortable in taking testosterone if my family aren't behind me. The sort of personal goal I've given myself is that once I finish uni, which is in 4 years' time, if I still don't have the support of my family and I'm still not on testosterone by that point, then I will just proceed regardless. Whereas at the moment, I'm not looking to take in testosterone until really I have my family's backing. But testosterone is definitely something I would take. You do get some guys who take it for a year to get certain changes. So say they want their voice to break, they might take it for that length of time. So if you're genderqueer maybe, or if you just want to be an effeminate man, or if you don't want all of the changes, some people take it for a short amount of time. That's fine if that's what you want. If it was me, once I start, I wouldn't stop. I definitely want to grow some facial hair. That would be quite nice. Although I don't think I'm destined for much because nobody in my family can grow any decent facial hair. But yeah, I would definitely want testosterone. Obviously with testosterone as well, a lot of people kind of like, well, I'll go on it for a certain amount of time and then only these changes will happen and I won't have to have these changes. It doesn't work like that. You can't pick and choose what changes you get on testosterone. You will get what you're given, basically. Acne or hair growth in random places. Even as you get older, baldness. If you've got a history of baldness in your family, that could happen. So it is something you have to think about. Of course, it's going to change you an awful lot. Make your voice deeper for a start. So you do have to be certain that that's what you want, and I am certain that's what I want. But as I said, it could be any point within the next 5 years. It depends on how the situation with my family plans out. But I'm gonna go to my psych when I get the appointment. And I am going to go to Charing Cross because it has such a long waiting list that it's worth getting in there whilst you can, and staying there, so you don't have to get referred by the time and then have another year's wait on top of what you already had. Okay, so second thing I guess I can talk about medically is top surgery. I'm actually probably in the very small minority of guys who probably aren't looking to have top surgery. I don't know how well you can see, but yeah, that's me not binding at all. Obviously, like there is still some tissue there, but because I'm a fairly chunky guy, it's kind of expected that I have moves. So I did used to bind, but my binder used to get me really flat, like too flat almost, which is a strange thing to say because I know most guys want to get flat, but because of the size I am and the shape I am, my chest looks ridiculous too flat. So I've actually grown to be quite comfortable with my chest, and it's small enough at the moment for how the size I am at the moment for me to not feel like I need top surgery. Obviously, a lot of it will depend on when I get on testosterone. Fat, it can redistribute some of the fat in your body, and a lot of guys have said that their chests have shrunk on T. So, I mean, if T does shrink my chest at all, then I'm pretty sure that I don't want top surgery. If I were to have top surgery, I would probably go for periareolar surgery, because it's generally only done on guys who are smaller than a B. Some surgeons will do up to about a C, but it's not really. It's more effective if you're smaller. It's done with a small incision rather than a big one, so you don't get the scars along the base of your chest like you do with double incision. Although the disadvantages of peri are that you sometimes get a lumpy chest, or your nipples aren't symmetrical, purely because of the way they do it. It's kind of luck of the draw, rather than particular, like the double incision. If you've got a good surgeon, you're pretty much going to get good results. But so yeah, I don't think I want surgery, top surgery. But obviously, I'm not making any final decisions until I have to. It could be when it comes down, 6 years down the line, that I decide that I do want it and I'm not happy anymore. And in that case, it's fine. It's okay to change your mind as you go along in transition. Transition is all about finding out who you are and finding out what it is exactly that you want. So, yeah, I think at the moment I don't particularly feel like I need top surgery, and I feel it's a bit pointless putting myself and my body through such a big surgery if it's not something that I really need. So that brings me on to the third thing, which is bottom surgery, I guess. I'm not hugely bottom dysphoric. Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time I'm probably alright with what I have. I guess standing to pee would be quite nice. I've completely lost my train of thought. What was I even talking about? Bottom surgery. Yeah, again, like with top surgery, I think my decision will be influenced by the changes I get on testosterone. So it depends on how much lower growth I get. Some guys have found that going on testosterone has increased their lower surgery by quite a large amount. Some has found it's made no difference. So I think it's all, you have to play it by ear and find out what would do. Out of the two types of bottom surgery, which is metioplasty, I can't say any of these words, I'm sorry, and phalloplasty, I would probably go for meta. Phallo simply because with phallo you get they take a skin graft from your arm. It can be from other places, but it leaves a really big scar, and I think for me, having that scar on display on my arm would be a more constant reminder of how I wasn't born the sex I should have been than if I didn't have bottom surgery at all. So I really don't think phallos is even an option for me. I just don't think that the scar would be something I would be comfortable with having in order to have a penis, basically. So my other option would be meta, but again, I'm not making any final decisions about what I need to do yet, because nothing's final, so I can change my mind as I go along, and that's fine if I do. And obviously, like I said before, a lot of it will depend for me on what changes I get from testosterone and how the changes make me feel. So that's kind of my views on medical transition. So I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. So until next week, guys, I'll see you. Bye.